Oh my gosh. It is finally time. I've been waiting for this for a while. I mean, it's Star Wars. I'm usually hyped for all Star Wars stuff, but the stakes are really high in this one, and I don't mean just like the story itself. I mean for like the franchise as a whole. And I mean, people have realized that, but I feel like not enough people are talking about that. And I mean that in the sense of since Disney has taken over, there's been a sort of lack of connection, I guess. So I'm not going to go on a tangent about the sequels. I mean, they had their good parts to them. The farther along I get, I understand why I wasn't really clicking with them. And it's because it just feels like they were kind of separate. I mean, we had our OG characters back. We had that. But post Return of the Jedi, fast forward 30 years, we don't really know what happened to the Empire. I mean, they collapsed, and that's that. It's just felt like there's been an empty gap. I first kind of noticed this in Mando Season 2 when Ahsoka talks to that chick, and she's like, "Where's Thrawn?" I was like, okay, this is going to set something up, probably. And I've been reading the Legends novels. They were written in like the 90s, the Heir to the Empire trilogy, which is about Thrawn. I didn't realize how far in depth it goes with like the politics and the Empire. And it's just really nice to read what the main characters, side characters, and the universe itself was going through with establishing a new republic. And in a lot of these books, a lot of the main characters are like, the Empire was a lot more efficient and ran better than this, but it was tyrannical, yada yada, you know what the Empire was. And it's fun to see how the New Republic is getting its footing. And I just feel like that's been missing from the live action, animated, just the canon content itself. It just felt glossed over. And with Ahsoka coming out, there's a lot of things from Heir to the Empire that have already been very well apparent. And not just Ahsoka, Mount Tantus in Bad Batch, where they do the cloning, straight from Legends. In the Legends books, it was Palpatine's storehouse for like his trinkets and his cloning facilities. And it's more so that in canon now. I like that we're starting to head in a direction. They've already said Ahsoka is a prelude to an Heir to the Empire movie, which I'm so stoked for. I can't wait to see them pull that off. I feel like the Heir to the Empire shouldn't just be a movie. It should be a trilogy. And it would be the perfect way to connect to the sequels. And all the things they've done so far to set it up with like the cloning and all that help alleviate some of the misgivings of the sequels. And I'm just really, really, really stoked that we're going to get past that bridge, because I feel like if this show goes well and the movie that comes after it goes well, it's going to be a little bit more peaceful. I'm just really stoked. So I'm going to quit talking and I'm going to get into it. So this is part 1. It's 57 minutes. The rest of the episodes that I do aren't going to be as long as this one. I shouldn't ramble too much before. And we're also not going to be watching an hour and a half of content. Getting into it, Ahsoka, part 1. You know it's going to be a banger when they put that logo red. We got a crawl, baby. The evil galactic empire's fallen and a new republic has risen to take its place. However, sinister agents are already at work to undermine the fragile peace. Literally what I'm talking about, thank God. A plot is underway to find the lost Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn and bring him out of exile. Once presumed dead, rumors are spreading of Thrawn's return, which would galvanize the Imperial remnants and start another war. Former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano captured one of Thrawn's allies and learned of a secret map which is vital to the enemy's plan. Ahsoka now searches for the map as her prisoner, Morgan Elizabeth. Such a basic name for a Star Wars show.
I want to meet these Jedi. Bridge.
That's a bad move, my friend. This dude has obviously never seen Star Wars. This dude's about to get his head ripped off sideways.
Captain Hale. I bet it does.
He's like, all right, pull out your lightsaber.
Put on a good show, but I don't buy it.
Lift this cup off the table.
Get RD3 to scan these imposters for identification.
Allow me to show you our identification.
Bam! Oh! We're no Jedi.
We are no Jedi.
Yeah, baby. You about to get ripped a new one. She dead. God, this music is sick. Watching rebels get killed in a hallway never gets old. Oh, my bad. They're not rebels anymore. You're a little short for a Jedi. Master and apprentice. I'm not going to pretend to know what's happening here. Damn! That's not really a hard puzzle. Spin it till it lights up. Oh my god, it's an Xbox Series X. Is it supposed to do that? Okay. She got a fushigi. Hello. Homie stanced up. Oh, so that's the map?
Us.
Us. Us. Ooh. Light work. There's one thing Ahsoka can do. It's cut a circle in a roof.
Initiate self-destruct protocol.
He about to blow. That's not really an effective way to get your map. They about to blow. Oh my god, they were well equipped. Oh my god.
Copy. Incoming transmission, priority 1.
So what if you get something like priority 2? Is it like... Okay, I'll check it out in a minute. Era Syndulla!
It took out an entire security detail and scuttled one of our new starships. Who are they?
Posers.
They seem to have abilities like you.
Oh, okay.
I have known
Thought it said
behind
Elizabeth.
mercenaries in the past.
Maybe I'm illiterate.
Investment star map.
Not just any star map. This one holds the secret Morgan's after.
Which is?
Fair trade.
The location of the last missing Imperial Grand Admiral.
Thrawn, baby! And potentially Ezra.
That's not possible.
Got a mustache hair in my mouth.
And the secret is held in that map.
That was important. One thing I hope from the show is that we don't get Mandalorian-type side missions.
Tell them I'll be right there.
I'm not sure she'll want to help.
It has to do with Thrawn, which has to do with Ezra. She gonna do it in a heartbeat.
For Ezra.
The Empire was defeated. Thanks to the heroic
Is that Mr. Krabs? That's Mr. Krabs.
sacrificed himself
Arr, 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 arr.
to liberate our world.
Mr. Squidward. The Rebels mural. We got rock music in Star Wars? I would kill to go to a Star Wars thrash metal concert. Get out the way!
Commander, stand down.
Akira slide. Real recognize real. The Lothcats look very good live action. Whenever they do a mix of animatronic and a little bit of CG, it always looks so good. I mean, I'm assuming it's CG in this shot, but the shot before it was animatronic. Like the animatronics have this bit of not realness to them, but it just fits. She got the London look.
Sisters. The Night Sisters of Dathomir.
Yo?
You're a witch.
I was gonna say that. I mean, I know they have their ways, but when I see stuff like this where they're like, go to this planet and find so-and-so, that's a whole planet. I can't even find my way around a small town that I've lived in for 20 years.
Hello, Hu Yang? Still in one piece?
Oh, yes. And still 75% original parts.
For thousands of years, that's pretty solid. What does wistful mean? Wistful just reminds me of whimsical. Wistful.
I think I know how to find Ezra.
That's all you had to say. So glad they didn't, like, tiptoe around it. Do that thing that shows do where it's like, I want to talk to you. And it's like you literally have the answer right there in your head, and if you just said it, it would get everything done. Thank you for doing that. So far, all the casting for the live-action Rebels is solid.
Thousands of years ago.
Witches.
So what's the connection to Thrawn and
This
witches?
is getting more exciting by the minute.
Good thing you scanned it before it got blown up.
I go where I'm needed. Not always.
Oh. I like that she's teaching her how to be a Jedi, despite not being a Jedi herself. I would love to go on a cliff
An apprentice.
That would be my assumption.
and compare
If both
Balin
and the Jedi are,
to the Legends books.
they will be formidable
He
adversaries.
died and he's a clone. Because in Legends, that happens to one of the Jedi and he's deranged because he's a clone.
You may not
But
be alone for much longer.
Balin doesn't seem crazy, so I doubt he's a clone. Also, yeah, if you left her alone with a map, you should have expected it to leave. Yo! Very Phantom Menace-y. Very Phantom Menace-y.
Just wish she had changed a little.
Aw.
She
You
still
can't
looks
wish
as
people to
sparkling and
change.
foolish as ever. Anakin never got to finish my training. Before the end of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him
And it was really sad.
and the Jedi. Sometimes even the right reasons have the wrong consequences.
Word. I'd have just beat it with a hammer. As soon as she gets this breakthrough, what's-her-face is about to bust up in there. Me personally, I would have done that as soon as I got it. Let's go. That's really gotta hurt your hands.
That's too bad.
Oh, it's pointy like Rebels. Alright, no carpet bomber. She got a lick in, too. Ahsoka's gonna be so pissed.
There.
Blah, blah. Oh my god. Jesus. It ends there. Rest in peace, Rey. Credits look nice too. Written by Dave Filoni. We love some Filoni sandwiches. And we love our boy George. We like Jon Favreau. Very strong first episode. They got into the meat of it quick. I feel like it wasn't like rushed, here we are, bam. It was well paced. We got a lot done in one episode. I'm hoping it stays the same throughout. I hope we don't get episode 3 and it's like, we're stuck on this planet. We can't leave unless we get this alien a couple pieces of fruit. And then we get the alien the pieces of fruit. And he's like, I also need my ship fixed. And it's just one of those. To me, that's Mandalorian's weakest point is if it's going to be filler that doesn't either give more depth to the characters emotionally or morally, we don't need it. If you're going to do that, just give us a shorter season. But so far, we're in it. And I'm stoked to see where the next one goes. About to see in a second. Not as long as this one, but still, even if they're at this rate, I think the series can get a lot accomplished. So I'm going to pause the recording, switch camera batteries because I'm pretty low, and then we're going to hop into episode 2. About to get into 2. Before I do, I wanted to get into some of the stuff that I didn't want to talk over the show, even though I already talked over the show quite a bit. I'm so excited to see Thrawn. I don't expect him to be in episode 2. I expect him to be like 7 or 8, unfortunately. He was created by Timothy Zahn in Heir to the Empire. He's the only alien to be a part of the Empire, or was the only alien a part of the Empire, which is really hard because the Empire is extremely racist. And one of the Imperials found him exiled because that's a whole lot of stuff. He got exiled by the Chiss, which is his race of people, the blue face, red eyes, and the Imperial officer, I don't even remember right offhand, was like, this dude's really good at fighting and strategy. And so he brought him back. I haven't read the canon Thrawn novels yet. I have so much Legends to get through, but I have them. He's just really well written. He was first brought into canon, I don't know if it was either the books or Rebels, one of the two, but I think it was Rebels. The transfer from his Legends to Rebels has been so seamless. As I read the Legends books, I read it in Lars Mikkelsen's voice whenever he talks, and there's really no difference. Dave Filoni has very, very well managed to incorporate all of the writings of Timothy Zahn into it. And this, I might go far saying this, but Darth Vader, anytime somebody asks who's the best Star Wars, Darth Vader's always the top. You can't really go past that. He's always going to be number one. He's extremely well written, just tragedy, all that. But Thrawn is up there for me because he's just so well written and smooth. His whole thing is he knows strategy simply because he studies art, and he can just get all of this based on people's artwork and emotion. Throughout the whole franchise, he's studying art, and I just really want to see that live action. I'm glad that they got Lars Mikkelsen to come back because that voice is superb. Less about Thrawn. Oh, another thing I was going to say. I like how they've managed to capture the fallen Jedi type deal into Ahsoka. They tried to do that with Luke in episode 8. To me, it did not go over well because he's the hero of Star Wars. In the books I'm reading, just all the stuff he does, he's just the Star Wars hero. And it felt a little like a betrayal seeing him in Last Jedi just being such a grumpy hater. And I'm not mad that he was a grumpy hater. I just hate that we didn't get any inclination as to why he became like that. And the fact that they blame it all on Ben Solo and give us like a 2-second flashback, it felt wrong. And I just wish we would have gotten more of that to see. We've gotten young Luke in recent Star Wars projects as like a CGI with a guy that looks just like Mark Hamill. I would personally just absolutely love if they recast the original trilogy, or the original 3, Leia, Luke, Han. They've already recast Chewie after, unfortunately, Peter Mayhew passed. He does good. Alden Ehrenreich in Solo was absolutely superb, and that movie suffered a lot simply because of behind-the-scenes director squabbles and all that. Solo was 80% reshot on a deadline, and the movie that we got was that. And for it to have been 80% reshot, it was an amazing film. We were supposed to get a Solo trilogy that would have delved into like Darth Maul's Crimson Dawn organization, which would have been fantastic. I just hate that we didn't get to see it. I think they should recast the original trio and just give us some of the Legends stuff. I mean, they're already prying and pulling from all these Legends books, and it's been some of the best Star Wars content yet. They just have all of these catalogs of just pre-written things to go off of. And I mean, I don't expect a direct copy and paste. Like, all the things they've redone and re-put have been good because they've managed to make it their own. I just wish they would go ahead and do that. I'm excited. We're just getting a lot of good stuff. So let's start Ahsoka Part 2. So far, this has felt really, really good. Like, it has felt like an Infinity War level event. I'm so sorry.
And then a pathway appeared between them.
I hope it was the Unknown Regions.
Where did the path in our galaxy begin?
Please tell me they open the map right now. Open it live on stream. Oh my god, she got the foot shoes on. I know this happens in other Star Wars stuff, but it happens a lot in Legends. Force-sensitive people walking around things that happened recently and being able to feel them even though they weren't there. I like that, and I would like more of it. You better pet that cat. Oh. Rosario Dawson has really captured the smirk of Ahsoka. Why is he just hanging out? This looks like Asgard.
Means they have
have several built-in backup systems.
She hooking up the USB to the droid.
Perhaps we should perform this operation somewhere else.
I say go for it.
Because you're a hologram.
There's no time
I
to
mean, yeah.
relocate.
Encrypted.
That sounds like it's gonna blow up. Me when I casually
Oh, wait.
activate a bomb in a hospital.
This droid came here from Corellia.
Oh?
Had factories on
We love Carillion freighters.
You heard her. She doesn't want my help.
Yes, she does.
Aww.
This place was not built by the Jedi. Whose work is it?
An ancient people from a distant galaxy.
The Chiss? Nah, I'm getting ahead of myself. I just want to see Thrawn so bad. Night Sister magic.
This is our galaxy.
Far, far away.
That is our destination. While Grand Admiral Thrawn is banished.
This dude's been banished so many times.
Old stories. Fairy tales.
Tales which are based on truths.
I don't see why people believe in fairy tales in Star Wars. Literally everything that has happened is a fairy tale.
If Scion is on its way here.
Eye of Scion.
Everything.
Marak.
Say that
Who are you people?
What happens when we find Thrawn?
It gets good, baby.
Was just telling General Syndulla that when the Empire fell, all Imperial assets were dissolved and redistributed, including those held by Morgan Elsbeth.
All the same.
What is that guy's name?
Look at her former facility.
He had a show.
Well,
Is it Monk? Wasn't he in Men in Black? Or am I thinking of just 3 different people? Chopper!
an empire doesn't just become a republic overnight.
I would like to see that.
Find ex-imperials at every level of the New Republic government. The average worker doesn't care about the nuances of galactic politics. They have loyalty so long as they're paid.
Seems like a few of them do.
I'm a businessman, General. My loyalty is to my investors.
But who's investing? Embarrassing. I really like her as Hera.
Can't train if Ahsoka doesn't want to teach me.
That is an excuse. And a poor one.
Hey, if you could have unlocked the map yourself, would Ahsoka have come here?
No.
I never had the talent, the abilities. Not like Ezra.
That much is true.
Oh.
Thanks.
Dang.
I have known many Padawans over the centuries, and I can safely say your aptitude for the Force would fall short of them all.
Oh my god. He's just letting her have it. Roast session.
Well then.
Refurbished from an SSD ready for its new life serving the Republic, this facility has produced 9 of these new models.
The New Republic Defense Fleet isn't building anything that big. What class of starship are they for?
See, that's the problem with the New Republic
Oh,
is
there it is.
they let everything go through. And when you let everything go through,
I'm a
the bad
general.
people
Nothing's classified to me.
go through.
I'm sorry.
It's a poor way to word that.
I cannot unseal the document without authorization.
Not even repurposed, you know, to stay on schedule?
No, I'm sorry.
I have seen such a droid.
Oh, we got a rat.
Inventory on arriving transports. I believe it is departing on that transport.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, loyalty. Dang. Pull a Star Killer, just rip it down. Oh, hello. That's a sick looking dude. Or chick. They got the voice modifier on, which means that guy's got to be really important. Or chick.
You can't just shoot it down and we crash into the port city. Just ready a tracking device. And don't
You know-
miss this time.
You know Chopper said just do it anyway. Who cares if many people die? Chopper's a murderer. We're getting so many lightsaber fights off the gate, and it's just awesome. Was that a Lego stud? He's just gonna let it fly? Is he not concerned? Oh my god, she was just so slick with it, like... My boy threw a humdinger. She about to snip that hair off.
Proceed.
Are we gonna end off on the hyperspace jump?
Padawan.
Yo. Punch it! What is that? That? I won't say.
Soon the Eye of Sion will be complete.
Let's go!
Grand Admiral Thrawn from his exile in the far galaxy.
And that's it. Steph Green, good job. Dave Filoni, good job. Dave Filoni, good job. George Lucas, good job. Jon Favreau, thank you. Very, 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 very strong start. So much that can happen now. We got most of the trailer shots in the first 2 episodes. All I'm going to say is the shot with Thrawn was in the Eye of Sion. The show has so much potential. And just from these first 2 episodes, I think that when they created this, they understood that. And I think we're in for a treat. If the first 2 episodes are anywhere close to this, very strong, I'm happy. I think the pacing is very good. Quality-wise is very good. There's nothing that I look at and I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. And usually when there is, it's very apparent, and it's something that I notice immediately. I don't know when this will be posted. It's going to be a lot to edit. But starting next week, where it'll be 1 episode at a time, probably shorter. I think they're going to do 30 and 40-minute episodes. Should be churned out in 2 or 3 days, just depending on work and all that. But I think that we are in for a treat. See you next week.